Hello everybody, my name is Nevalon and welcome in today's new PvP video. Today I have a question of what's a CRA, and if you don't get this question then it's like some inside joke in the international pub community that till now I personally never could understand. And by the way, if you wanna join this Discord then link is in the description obviously. But definitely I'm gonna say what's a CRA for the 3v3 and what's good about it, and I'm gonna answer you pretty much nothing. Nothing seems to be good about 3v3 CRA, but yet people are playing it. And because I've seen quite a bit of players playing with the various builds of various kinds, from like tyrannical to PVM builds, I started to think what could be possible optimal way to use it in 3v3. I was thinking about multiple builds, but in the end I decided to stick to chance AP reduction CRA, and this is what we're gonna play today. Now I also wanted to try out a strength CRA, but unfortunately Punitive Arrow alongside with Atonement Arrow and also on Iop's Wrath, Iop's Swords of Fate, these spells are completely bugged. And I played it a little, but unfortunately this bug is so frustrating, this cooldown bug, that I just quit it. But playing chance CRA didn't end up being that bad. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, first match with the Strength Ujrak in my team and Intelligence Eka Flip. My CRA, by the way, is completely unscrolled. It was freshly levered CRA just to try out some CRA builds because of my curiosity. So I'm losing a bit on the stats because of that. It's a very low rating Collie as well, so yeah. Okay, so my Ujrak is rushing in to just erode the Forge Lands, which we're not gonna focus already in telling you. This rush, by the way, was kinda questionable to me, which you're gonna see right now. I'm like gonna wave the camera and like be like, what the heck just did you do? Why are you rushing like that? Because, well, I thought that he's gonna pretty much end up in a very bad spot, but now I'm looking that my enemy Panda is playing Agility, doing only 360 with the Pandawa hand, very low. I later realized that it's Agility pushback, by the way. Applying Repriser on the Ujrak, since he will not really teleport or anything, and I didn't expect him to teleport, and well, I wasn't wrong, honestly. I mean, wasn't wrong. He couldn't teleport at this point, but Repriser, so whenever they hit him, and also I applied him Vendetta, so from the Repriser they're gonna lose the MP and receive additional damage, yeah, whenever they direct hit the Ujrak. And also, Reprisal, so whenever they hit him, they're gonna get 10% erosion. My Eka Flip does not play the Prytech and wastes his House of Cards. Guys, play the Prytech, play the Shiny Prytech, really, it's not that expensive these days. And if you're playing at least 3v3. Here goes the minus MP for the Forge Lands. And he applies now Valkyrie on the Foggernaut. So, my Ujrak is in kinda messy spot. I think this erosion went on the, yeah, it went on the, now on the Foggernaut. So Foggernaut, I believe it should be now on 10, no, yeah, it should be on like actually 40%, sorry. I was like thinking 10% from my Vendetta and 30% from the Ujrak, so he is quite a bit eroded. Panda moving him closer to the wall, I guess he wanted to do some pushback damage, but here's a good thing that my Ujrak got a lot of pushback resistance. I'm hitting the Foggernauts and AP reducing him at the same time, since that's the point of the build. So I can do like pretty decent damage and some AP reduction up to 4 or even 6 with like Exploding Arrow if I wish to. Guys, by the way, you can play like Recall Beacon instead of the beacon that I'm playing. But I personally played the 1 AP beacon instead. I think it's called Tactical as far as I remember. Okay, Foggernaut doing some damage on the Ujrak, but not that much. My Eka Flip doesn't really rush. He could like do crabs towards the Foggernaut and damage the Foggernaut, but instead he's going for Forge Lands for no reason. Very weak recop as well, but it's okay. This is a very low rating PvP, as I said before. I'm pinging, okay, here I'm lagging, I'm also pinging for my Ujrak to continue on Foggernaut. And so, yeah. So also you may notice that I'm playing Crushing Arrow as a chance CRA instead of Batsai, which is the variant, but in a moment I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna see why, actually. I think it's gonna happen in this turn. And right now, Panda is going for the Eka Flip to just move him away from the entire fight. And yeah, I mean, he's not really being useful as well, but well, that's for, I guess, our advantage. Absolute Acuteness because I didn't have line of sight and I'm applying Gravity State on the TAC turret and damaging and AP reducing this. 4 AP spell shouldn't happen on Ivory, but I didn't check, which is my bad. Small misplay. But why did I apply the Gravity State on the TAC turret? So I wasn't really planning to kill it right now, and I wanted to gravitate right now due to the fact that whenever some people gravities, for example, Foggernaut, yes, because of the swapping mechanic. But I decided to. I mean, the best part is the best way is to gravity TAC turret. So because the spell that there is doing the swaps, which is dive, is swapping the dive turret with any entity, including the Foggernaut or like any other turret or any other enemy or ally. So it's better to gravity the TAC turret, so it's gonna remain in that particular spot if you cannot really damage it. Yeah. Okay. So my Eka Flip got closer finally. Rage State to use the sniff on the on the Foggernaut, and he gets closer. Distanced from the also Forge Lance, which is good for us. And now I think Panda. I mean, yeah, Panda is gonna in this turn go and save the Foggernaut, or try to save it, because Foggernaut is on very low HP, very bad situation, and it's quite eroded. Okay, so stabilization. And picks up the Foggernaut. So minus 25. Okay, first vertical state that applies minus 25% final damage from being picked up, and from Pandawa ending with you being picked up. I'm going for the Forge Lance right now because I see no point of like going for the Panda. Now the fact that Foggernaut is gonna end being picked up by the Panda right now is gonna apply a second vertical state, which is the state that being applied whenever you end while being picked up, or Panda ends up with you being picked up. So the Foggernaut has already two states, minus 50% final damage, which doesn't really affect the pushback abilities, but the third state, which is gonna be pacifist, is gonna affect any sort of damage from him. Obviously I applied, okay, yeah, I AP reduced before some a bit Forge Lance. He had to use a bit to advance, and he didn't do really much in this turn. I'm thinking go on the Forge Lance because he's like bigger of a threat than Panda. Panda is not really doing that much. And obviously before I applied Replies now on the TAC turret, so I know their gravity, so the Foggernaut couldn't, in case Foggernaut was planning to distance himself by swapping himself with the turret, and you know, that's why I did that basically. Panda throws the Foggernaut and hits with the snaps. I guess he did not realize that this spell hits allies, and now he picks up the Foggernaut for the third time, ends with him, and applies the pacifist state. Seeing that I cannot really do anything to the Foggernaut right now because Panda is on the unshakable state from the Foggernaut, I decided to kill the TAC turret, the final source of damage for the Foggernaut in this situation. And now it's a Foggernaut's turn. Now, what I said, he's on the pacifist state because of being picked up for too long and ending turn this way. Now he tries to go on the Eka Flip, and he cannot do any damage. So my Eka Flip doesn't really need to do much in this situation. All he has to do is just finish up the Foggernaut. And then next target for us is the Forge Lance. So yeah. What I said is like, if you have like no way of killing the TAC turret, then it's worth, but you have the gravity spells, then it's worth applying the gravity. So just the Foggernaut cannot like use it for like any sort of movement on a map. That's basically what was my goal of this game. Okay, enemies Panda. Can't really do much. As I said, he's like, I think at this point I'm realizing that, oh, he's an agility pushback build. And okay, luckily we all have Lava Smith, guys. Whenever you play against any positioners or any pushback classes that are very common, like, you know, Foggernaut and Panda are good examples, then always use Lava Smiths for the, not just pushback resistance as well, but also for the additional shields from any sort of repositioning. Finishing up the Forge Lance right now, and the game is pretty much over. So yeah, this was very low rating, but why I decided to show this match was mainly because showing of how you can counter the Foggernaut. And yeah, I mean, my team survived. My Ujinak survived quite a lot in this game. But yeah, he also had like a very good amount of pushback resistances, so just because the one was like half pushback and another was like full pushback, I mean, their Foggernot wasn't doing really that crazy of damage comparing to other Foggernots that I would see. On the other hand, on me, okay, this time he did quite a bit more damage from the Padawa hand, apparently. But it doesn't matter because the game is pretty much over. I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing that much because of the Pandawa hand removing me 500 power, but anyway, it's GG. Okay, next match starts with the Eka flip applying Tarot. There is like a Zelor rewind, which is means that we're gonna return to our starting positions of that turn. And that's why the Eka flip is rushing in, damaging a little bit my Forge Lance and also applying erosion on it. Eka flip is playing some like for fun Omni build, and enemies are also strength, agi, pushback-ish, IOP, very weird, but okay. And they also have the chance Shram. My team is Omni Hyper Mage and pushback agility Forge Lance. Forge Lance is gonna go home gank right now, so he doesn't return to his starting positions with the Eka flip Tarot because of the unmovable state. And so he's gonna like remain in the middle. So I guess with the plan of like rushing next. In this match, I wish I played like a recall beacon, but unfortunately I wasn't thinking of that, but unlucky. So yeah, guys, if in this situation, I think a recall beacon would have been way better. I'm advancing a bit, I'm like doing some minus range. About speaking minus range, it's another Tarot that is now countering me and the Hyper Mage. Slightly goes obviously applies also on Eka flip on the Shram, because they also kind of are based on the range. But mainly I would say that me and the Hyper Mage having the worst time. As you can see, Hyper Mage journeys forward and he cannot really do anything from this position because of the -6 range from the Tarot. Very unlucky one as for the characters that we are having in the match, and very unfortunate. And so yeah, as I said, having recall beacon for the to pretty much advance forward on the next turn could have been better, especially that I have agility Forge Lance and I know that he's gonna like rush in. He's gonna be the one that's gonna initiate the fight. And so he does. He goes on the Eka flip. Enemies IOP meanwhile goes on our Hyper Mage, and let me tell you that we are gonna leave them alone. It's gonna be their private date, I would even say, except, well, not really private, because later you're gonna see what happens. I'm not gonna spoil anything. So Shram goes invisible mode and blocking me with a double. Now I'm stepping into some traps and I'm trying like to get myself a little bit to my Forge Lance. Unfortunately, I'm lacking over the range, and well, here I'm using the absolute acuteness to at least one time hit him and do minus AP on the Eka flip. Eka flip goes now with the weapon, does 1500 damage, which is pretty good. But at the same time, the fact that it was just a one cast, well, also the cuts that are not only increasing obviously Eka flip's power. Some people may not know this, but these two cats, as they are on the map, they are Eka flips. They increase Eka flip's power by, I believe, 150 each. I'm not sure, something like that. I might be wrong on that, but detail. And so, but yeah, I mean, still decent damage. I mean, good damage. My Forge Lance continues on the Eka flip as well. We're trying to finish him up as quickly as possible, while enemy's IOP is taking down slowly the Hyper Mage. And yeah, right now Shram will go, well, be visible. Okay, here we go. And Shram goes Chakra, and he's gonna create now a trap line and pretty much finish up the Hyper Mage. So this one is completely gone, as I said. Like the date finishes with the Shram's interruption in here, and he finishes the job. Okay, but enough like joking around. Now it's my turn to finish the Eka flip, so we can have somewhat of an equal chances. And so I do. I do enough damage to actually finish him off. And that one hit on Shram. Now, okay, IOP is advancing, getting closer to us. Do two sorts of IOPs that are doing pretty decent damage on me, not gonna lie. I mean, that was like 1200 damage from like for 8 AP. I mean, not bad, I guess, in this situation. My fortunes, I was like thinking before that maybe we could go on Shram, but then I remembered later that Shram now got the invisibility reset from killing the Hopper Mage, so indeed it was not worth, especially that he's kinda too far away, was too far away from Fortunes, so it was better that we're gonna focus right now on Iop. And here I'm not gonna bother really going to search for the Shram, even though I could do the Batsai and maybe like try to reveal him, but anyway, I decided to, despite of that, go on the Iop and reduce him a little bit of an AP. I realized that I was next to the Shram actually, and then I'm using the withdrawal to distance myself, and I also applied reprisal on myself because I knew that I'm the best focus for the Shram and Iop. So I made sure that if they're gonna hit me, they're gonna lose the MP on the next turn, and this is, by the way, the debuffable spell, so if you guys get the reprisal and you play something like Zelor, you can self-debuff this on the next turn. I mean, on the turn that you're playing it as well, but, you know, I would say that I guess on the next turn it's better to debuff it when, you know, when you kinda need that MP. Details, but, okay. Now Shram, because he cannot really go on me, goes instead on my Forgelands. I continue AP reducing, and here I decided to take a small zone, and I'm gonna not gonna hit one more time on the Iop. I decided to reduce him AP as much as possible, and so I also took the zone to do -2 AP on the Shram. Iop doing precipitation, hitting with the intimidation as well, duels the Forgelands, making it a trouble. I mean, Forgelands right now is kinda doesn't seem to have a way to. I mean, I guess he could have maybe advanced himself a bit closer with the lance or something, but I guess not. He applies instead one of the states. I think it's Noah, as I look on the chat. I don't remember the name of that spell, unfortunately. I never actually played with Fortunes yet, but I'm planning in the future. But also reduces the pushback resistance. Okay, I'm getting in a close range to the enemy's Iop. Continues AP reducing him as much as possible. Reduced him like I think like 4 AP. I hit him with the daggers. He also used the precipitation, so reducing him the AP with these two spells was enough because he lost AP on the next turn from using precipitation on the previous turn. Obviously, he did Zenith on me. Not really. I mean, not really great as damage from the Zenith. It was like 600 something. But anyways, Iop is down, so now it's gonna be 2v1. Shram goes invisible mode again. And what I'm gonna do in here is gonna try to stay safe. I'm like checking where exactly he might have gone. I'm not using any MP because I'm playing Sylvan right now, taking use of the Luck Mirror turret and advancing myself a little bit closer. Then I'm using Acuteness to use the withdrawal arrow on the lance. And then I'm putting another turret to pretty much continue distancing myself because I thought that Shram is either in like middle or somewhere in the corner on the bottom. He wasn't in the middle, but he was indeed in the corner where he's gonna reveal himself in a moment. So yeah, with this distance and not using MP, I also got some lifesteal from like hitting like my turret and Shram's double, and plus the Sylvan, so I got like around 500, I guess, HP. And we are here going to slowly. I'm focusing now to fully AP reduce the Shram, to stay and to make sure that it's gonna annoy him as much as possible, and I'm gonna stay alive, and he's given up, and the game is over. GG. Okay, as for the builds, we're playing the chance AP reduction set that every Zelor is playing right now. So we're using the two parts of the grid rail, the helmet and the ring. From the rings, we're also using the barbaric wedding ring, 3 parts of the pit set, and 3 parts of the Wooking set. With the Ochre right now, we are 12, 5, 6. We can also put Vulbis to be 6 MP if you would like to. You can put it in any of these empty spots, the Vulbis. The set is obviously very tanky, 5k vitality and almost 30% on every type of resistances for the elements, of course. 100 AP reduction in total with these stats. Good MP parry. So, but there's not really many MP reducing characters these days. If you wish to play it 3v3, obviously play the shiny Prytech. I always say play this Prytech no matter of what class you're on. And if you wanna go for 1v1, you can play it on 1v1 and 2v2 easily as well. And then if you go 1v1, just swap the Prytech to the Dokoko. Now, I was playing with this build, obviously Lavasmith, because of the meta there is right now around like positioners and around the pushback. And I was playing Sylvan because Sylvan is simply a very strong egg. Not really because of the range, but because of what Sylvan provides from like using MP and the heals, which in certain occasions come pretty handy, like you saw in the second match. I mean, I used it just for the one-time heal, but it was pretty nice heal, obviously. Plus the lifesteal from the bad side at the end, when I was like trying to guess where's the Shram. About build, we don't really need to talk much. I would say that you don't necessarily need initiative playing that build on the CRA. I prefer it to be like second or third even, I would say. So the Kani Gloopy is just fine for the additional damage. If you want to, if you don't have like something like Ochre, you can maybe go something like AP Parapet, going like the Bow Wow, this one, and then replacing the Ochre with something else like, I don't know, Crimson or Ice if you guys want to play something more budget and you simply don't have this one. Now, some of you may maybe wonder why am I not playing the Chance Intelligence AP reduction, since the Intelligence also has the Exploding Arrow that I used later, and I was using quite a few times whenever I was playing this build. But the reason why I'm going for the pure Chance is because I don't really see the point of going to duo element on CRA unless you're playing around Punitive and Atonement, because you're gonna just lack a bit, even more damage than, yeah, you're just gonna lack quite a bit of damage. While on the build with the Atonement and Punitive, there's like a scaling around these spells. It would kind of make sense. I would say that if you're not going for like a crit mode on CRA, then no point of going more than one element, in my opinion. That's why I stick to playing just chance element, and I was using the AP reduction more like addition. So if I felt like it's gonna make more difference for me to AP reduce additionally with the putting the turret, like tactical turret or a lack of mirror, and then applying the exploding arrow, then I don't really aim for damaging, but like to do additional AP reduction if it's really needed, and if it's gonna do way more, if it's gonna be more useful for to maybe win my team a game, or to maybe provide just more utility around it. But overall, I'm trying to like mix up the damaging from the Redemption Arrow, Frozen Arrow, but and the AP reduction is like just, you know, in the kit of these spells. So that's why I would say that I really don't like the weight of playing the pure AP reduction build. I wanted to have mix up of being able to AP reduce while also doing damage, like I did to, for example, finish up the Eka flip. So yeah, about this build, there is like not much more to talk about. Very standard, good AP reduction, pretty decent damage, and it's very tanky. I personally could recommend playing it if you wanna find something optimal for the CRA, as if you guys are the CRA players. Alright, this is it. If you like the video, then give it a like, obviously, and check out my Twitch channel. Link is in the description in the corner of this video. So that's it for today. See ya.